Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what episode this is. I think it's episode 15. I think I owe y'all a review from last week, but I really don't remember what had happened. But we pick up where Giselle, Robin, and the rest of the girls was having a little discussion talking about Wendy and Candace making faces the night before at the dinner when she was talking about Grace going to college in Florida. And this was foolishness. This was nonsense. Okay, because if I remember correctly, that last episode, they were getting along just fine. Everybody was just tolerating each other and everything was great. And I felt like they just had to throw something out there just because. And then when Wendy overheard y'all and she said, "What are y'all talking about? What was said? Now y'all don't want to talk. Now you're like, we'll talk about it later." No, let's talk about it now. You guys brought it up behind their backs. So put it on the floor. So when Wendy says to Giselle, like, you know, in the past, you've weaponized Grace against me. So I'm very cautious about what I say and whatever. And you said I looked at her crazy. And if I'm going to be very honest, Back in season 6, when they had the Reasonably Shady party, and you remember the whole situation, you know, in the driveway where Grace wrecked Candace's car. Well, she didn't wreck her car, but she banged it up a little bit. Okay. When Grace was walking past the group of ladies, it did appear to me that Wendy gave her a look. I noticed it. I was like, I ain't like how she did that. Okay. And I was Team Giselle at the time. I was starting to come over to Wendy's side. But when I saw that, that made me pause. That made me feel a way towards Wendy. I definitely felt like she was looking at that girl crazy. I stand by it. I feel like Wendy did look at her a little weird. I noticed it. The only thing is I have to give Wendy some grace because I'm a person who has resting bitch face. I have it really bad. Like when I'm around people, I have to literally fake smile sometimes just so that I don't look evil and mean because I have RBF real bad. Like I'll just be like, and I'm really not even trying to look at people crazy, but sometimes I do. So I don't know if that was what Wendy had going on. I don't know. Why do you even have time, Robin, to notice what look Candace had on her face and what look Wendy had on her face? I feel like that was nonsense and I just can't with it. I feel like you know that the viewers love you as a mother. They love the kids and they love your kids. And that's the only way to get some kind of grace and sympathy is to use your children. And I feel like that's what you guys were doing. And this time it's not working. And the fact that you couldn't stand on business, if that's truly how you felt, when you noticed that Candace gave a look and Wendy gave a look, you should have said something. And then if you didn't want to say something in the moment, then when Wendy walked up to you, you should have said, "Oh, this is the problem, girl. This is what we was talking about. Since you walked over here, you should have let her know. You're a mom. Since when do moms back down when you're protecting your baby? You didn't rise to the occasion." So that makes me feel like you weren't for real. I don't believe you, Giselle. I don't believe that they was looking at, nice try. Nice try, but pack it up. So this Robin and Candace situation, I don't tire. I'm so tired of this. It's like, yikes. When they're sitting at the table and Karen brings it up yet again, it's like, y'all know I'm on Candace's side, and I'm sorry. When Candace does something that I don't agree with, I will say it. I will speak up. But I just cannot. This situation here, you guys there's just too many things that happen in season 7 that makes Robin look bad. And the simple fact that Robin can't just say, you know what, after watching the season, I can see why Candace felt X, Y, and Z. I can see when this happened and it was wrong. She did it season 5. Those of y'all who watched season 5, do y'all remember when Giselle and Monique threw Ashley a party, like a dinner, to get her out of the house because she was having some postpartum depression, right? And at that dinner, they all jumped on Candace's head. And the only person who kind of had her back was Karen. She was like, "Y'all cut it out. Y'all are doing too much." During the season, while we were watching it, I do remember Robin making a post saying, "Wow, looking back on this, we were doing too much to Candace." I feel like if she would just at least say that and say, "Look, When I watched season 7 and I saw myself going around from person to person to person bringing up what Chris allegedly did to Giselle, I can see why you feel away, Candace. After watching how Ashley's friend lied on Chris, then Giselle's story about Chris, then Mia had a fake story about Chris, and then Ashley comes back with you, she comes to you about the DM. After seeing all those things play out, I can understand, Candace, why you felt away. If she could just openly say, hey, I see where you're coming from, but Candace, you were my girl. I would not do that to you. That is not the person that I am. Because I'm in this situation where I'm friends with you and I'm friends with her, I can see why you feel that way, but I didn't do that and you hurt me. I think I would be able to be like, okay, Robin, I'm on your side. But you ain't doing it. You're not doing that. And that, to me, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it, Robin. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry, but I feel like every plot and scheme that Giselle and Ashley have cooked up, Robin has been an accessory to. She hides her hands so well that she has convinced herself that her hands are clean. And they're not, Robin. What y'all did to Wendy season 6 is the same thing you turned around and did to Candace season 7. Okay, season 6, you had Giselle saying, oh my God, I'm so concerned about the rumors about Eddie. That's why Wendy is changing up her look. She said it to Ashley. When Ashley was pregnant, she waited for Ashley to have that baby to come back to filming. And then she brought it up to Ashley again. And then she kept poking Wendy. Oh, you're dressing like this. You're dressing like that. You were sexy before. Now what are you trying to do now? And da-da-da-da-da. You wore Wendy down. And then you took your hands off. You let Ashley come in and drop the bomb. And Robin has nothing to do with it, but the moment Wendy realizes what's happening and she fires at Giselle, Robin runs interference. Like she's been doing for the past how many years? It made no sense for Giselle to have multiple conversations with Ashley saying how she was concerned about Wendy when Wendy and Ashley weren't even cool. When Robin texted Wendy about the fake story in the blogs and Wendy laughed at it, your concern should have disappeared. You shouldn't have been worried no more. You should have minded your business. Do you not see how that looks weird? Robin sends Wendy a text about this situation. Wendy's like, I ain't worried about it. She laughed it off. You call Wendy. You only talk to Wendy a minute. You don't mention it. And then you wait till filming to be concerned. And then you go to the very person that she had the most conflict with. And you're like, oh, I'm concerned about her. I'm concerned about her. I'm concerned about her. Why didn't she talk to Candace about it? Why didn't she talk to Robin about it? You went to Ashley, who was calling her ferocious. Y'all see these things play out and you don't understand why people think that you guys are up to something. It's like, come on. Season 7, you turn around and do the same thing to Candace. Oh, I'm concerned because, you know, Chris is making the women feel uncomfortable. But this time around, y'all were smarter. This time around, you didn't ever film a scene with Ashley and Giselle. This time, you had Ashley and Robin. Then you had Robin and Giselle talking about it. Then you had Robin talking about it with Mia. It's literally the same thing. Giselle was like, oh, these rumors about Eddie, these rumors about Eddie. I don't believe them, but I'm going to keep talking about these rumors about Eddie. I'm going to keep talking about it because I'm going to make a storyline out of it. Robin did the same thing. Oh, they're saying this about Chris, but I don't believe it. They're saying this about Chris, but I don't believe it. But I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to go from Mia to Juan to Giselle to Ashley. I'm going to keep talking about it to everybody so that I make the story bigger. But you don't see how that's a problem. You don't see how that's an issue. You were silent about what Juan did because you know that if talking about it was going to make it an issue. So then why did you keep talking about this issue with Chris if you didn't believe it in the first place? You didn't believe it, but you kept breathing life into it. And you don't see that you did something wrong. So when she's sitting at this table saying, Candace doesn't believe she did anything wrong to me, just like you didn't believe you did anything wrong to her. I've seen so many people on social media say, oh, if Candace felt away after watching season 7, then she should have contacted Robin privately and told her how she felt rather than going on social media. When Robin took a snippet of Candace's IG live and played it for the ladies at the dinner in Miami last season and basically set Candace up. Why didn't she call Candace to the side and say, Candace, girl, this is what I just seen. What is this about? What does this mean? That actually would have been more interesting than the little table movement that she tried. That was dumb. That would have been a real situation. Go up to her. She's right there in the house with you. Girl, what is this that you talking about? What is this? What you meant by that? You was talking about me? That's what she should have done. She didn't do that, but then she expects Candace to give her that courtesy when you don't give that kind of courtesy. And everyone keeps saying, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal because they put it behind them. They put it behind them because Robin had a friend that passed away. Y'all watched the show just like everyone else. And Candace would have been a jerk if she didn't put it behind her. But Candace told her in that van when they left the club in Miami and Ashley was secretly recording Candace, she told Robin how she felt. She said, Robin, you did that to hurt me and it was wrong. And what did Robin say to her? I do not care. So y'all wanted Candace, after watching season 7, to call up Robin, I 100% don't care Dixon, and say, girl, after watching the show, this, that, and that bothered me. So that Robin can tell her, Candace, I don't care. The more I watch the season, the more I feel like Candace did her right. I feel like that was the treatment you deserve, Robin. Because when she tried to talk to you like a friend and said, hey girl, what you did hurt me. She said, I don't care. I don't care. I did it. When they were at the reunion and she said, oh, well, you just don't want me to talk about what happens, but everything that happens should be shown on the show. Says the lady who hid everything that her and her household were going through. She hid that from the show. At the end of the day, I really feel like Robin told her best lies last season, okay? She told her best lies. And she's offended that we are seeing through the bullshit. That's what it's really coming down to. You're mad. You hid your hand so well. How dare we accuse you of what we see you doing? That's what's got you upset, is that we see through the lies. It took us 7 seasons, but we finally see through it. I've sat here many seasons and defended Robin. And now I finally see the light. That's what's got you offended, is that the people see you for who you are. The prophecy you made about Karen came true about you. One day everyone's going to see you for the fraud and the deflector that you are. And that slapped you in your face before it ever got Karen. And that's why you mad. Stay mad. Okay, so this trainer that's not really a trainer, but he's helping Karen work out because he has a nice physique and he used to be an athlete. And he's also friends with Ashley, and Ashley's trying to pretend as if maybe there's something happened between them, but she's being coy about it. This is a mess. This is a fool. Because, what? When I saw the picture, I was like, this man and Ashley don't got nothing going on. There's no business between Ashley and this man. If she said that's her friend, I believe that that's exactly what he is. He's her friend. I don't think that's her type. I'm just saying. As for Karen, that might be her type. Now, is Karen doing something with this man? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't think I really care. I think that Ashley and Karen both like the fact that people think that they could bag such a good-looking man, but I don't think nothing going on between none of these people. I don't believe it. So this whole alluding to Karen might be cheating on Ray, that storyline has run stale for me. I'm over it. Either show us some proof, show us some evidence, or hang it up. Hang it up, because we're tired, okay? How many years are we going to keep saying this same old story? Show us something to make us believe it. Is it possible that Karen cheated on Ray? Absolutely, it's possible. Married women cheat. Married women cheat a lot. But I think it's unfair to keep saying this about Karen without any proof. We done got a whole bunch of proof about Juan, and we're not supposed to believe he's cheating. We're supposed to believe he's a good Samaritan that likes to pay for people's hotel rooms and he's not cheating. But we're supposed to believe Karen is cheating even though we have no proof. I'm tired of it. Let's say Karen had a boyfriend. Let's make this make some type of sense, okay? Let's say Karen had a boyfriend. Okay, Karen is a married woman. She's married to Uncle Ray. They've been married for 27, 28 years. She's renewing her wedding vows on television and making a big thing of it. She's always talking about her institution and Ray. And Ray, when she met Raymond, he moved her soul. Okay, she's always saying these type of things. If she had a side dude, right? Let's say she had a boyfriend. That boyfriend would also have girlfriends, okay? Because that's how that works. There's no way he's going to be sitting there only with Karen. If Karen got her husband and then got a boyfriend, the boyfriend also has some girlfriends on the side or is married himself, right? And one thing about women, we like to do investigating, okay? We like to investigate. We like to give ourselves chest complaints and we like to go snooping. One of his girlfriends would have found out about Karen by now and she would have told. She would have snitched by now. She would have used that as leverage to get some things out of this life that she wanted. She would have gone to whomever that was willing to listen to it and run the story. Somebody would have told on Karen by now. So do I really believe that Karen has a boyfriend as of today? I don't think so. She might have. Pre-Housewives, she might have been doing her little do. She might have been doing her 1, 2, 1, 2. But as right now, she knows that she would get caught. She's not a dummy. Somebody would have told something at some point. Somebody would have shown us some pictures. And until y'all find a picture, I'm tired of hearing about this. Y'all gonna have to retire this storyline because it's too much. It's becoming, we no longer care. Like, wrap it up. And Robin, you really tried it. The fact that you're sitting up here trying to break it down to the down of what you think is going on between Karen and her trainer that's not really a trainer is annoying me. It's annoying me and my homegirls because you don't want to read the correspondence between your man and Miss Canada. You don't want to know nothing about that. You don't want to get down to the bottom of that story, but you want to get down to the bottom of what Karen got going on. This is why when people drag you in these social media streets, I no longer feel bad for you. You sat up at the top of this season talking about my joy has been stolen. My joy has been stolen, but it's not Juan's fault. Your joy has been stolen. You've been trying to steal Ray's joy for 8 seasons, talking about blue eyes, and you think Karen is doing this, and Karen always says this, and Karen gets drunk. Karen, are you worried about what you might say when you drink? You've been trying to steal Ray's joy. Like, you cannot be serious. Like, are you like not aware of what comes out of your mouth? Are you not aware of how you look? Like, are you not aware of how the world works? You sitting up here crying about how people are attacking your family when no one attacked your family. People are just pointing out that you are a hypocrite and you deflected and you are a fraud. That's what is happening. No one is attacking your family. But if you call that an attack, then what have you been doing to Karen all these years? You spent all last season trying to bring Charisse into the fold so that Charisse could tell these rumors about Karen being promiscuous around town. Do you not think that that was an attack on someone's family? When Robin asked Kiana if Wendy had been talking about them to her prior to her meeting the group, did Robin not sound disappointed? They didn't show her face when she answered. Like, the camera was not on Robin's face, but her voice sounded disappointed because you was hoping. See, this is my thing. Robin and Giselle have no new tricks. All their tricks are old and stale. They did the same thing season 5 when Wendy came into the group and she was asking her, what did Candace tell Wendy about the group prior to her meeting them? And remember, that's what started off all that drama season 5 because Candace had something to say about Giselle. And it wasn't even that deep. Robin took that and ran with it to Giselle. Giselle took it, ran with it, and started bullying Candace. Y'all have no new tricks. You have no new tricks. You thought you had something. You thought Kiana was going to slip up. And Kiana was like, actually, no. She don't talk about y'all like that. Her issue was with Nneka. Yeah. We see y'all. As for Nneka and Kiana's situation, I really didn't like how Nneka was speaking to Kiana. Y'all watched the scene. Nneka came in at the tail end of a conversation automatically assumed she knew what was going on when she really didn't know what was going on. And she started snapping on Kiana. And I felt the way about that. Because I felt like you haven't snapped on any of the other ladies in the group. Only Wendy and only Kiana. These women don't even take the time out to pronounce your name properly. You haven't snapped on anyone. And all Kiana was saying is, Wendy hasn't told me nothing about the ladies. It's very obvious her issue at the moment is what's going on between her and Nneka. Before she was rudely interrupted by Giselle, she was trying to say she did not understand a lot of the cultural significance, and she was having a hard time trying to really wrap her mind around it. And you just took off on that girl for no reason. Don't stir pots that are already piping hot. She wasn't stirring a pot. I know you want to feel like you are important, but she wasn't stirring a pot. They were having a conversation. You missed a lot of context in the conversation that they were having, and you just reacted. One of the Nneka bots on Twitter tried to check me, saying that, well, Kiana shouldn't have had her mouth in Nneka's business. Then Nneka shouldn't have brought her business to the show. She shouldn't be on this show if she don't know how Real Housewives work. She don't know how this thing go, then she shouldn't have came. And she sure enough should not have brought this crazy witchcraft storyline to the Bravo audience. You can't be saying stuff like that and expect people to not have an opinion or have something to say. Like, she's had stuff to say about things that have nothing to do with her. This issue between Robin and Candace, this predates her being on the show. She had something to say then. She had something to say every other time. She can open her mouth and speak on other people's issues, but no one can speak on her. And the girl really wasn't trying to talk about Nneka. I don't know. I don't like Nneka, girl. I have a feeling you're going to look real foolish at the reunion. You just really are. You're going to look crazy. Like you're really sitting here thinking these girls are your friends. Oh, I can't wait. Whatever happens will happen. But I know at some point you're going to look real foolish. As far as Ashley's divorce, non-divorce, I don't know what to believe. Like, I just have no interest in it because I don't believe too much. Like, I don't know what she's saying is real and what's not real. Like, I just don't know. She never really gave us a solid answer as to why she was breaking up with Michael. Because you just had a baby and you said everything was great. Y'all were better than ever. And then the next season you're getting a divorce. But you don't explain why. You're living in the same house with him. Then you're buying a house together. It's like it never made any sense. It just didn't make any sense. Still doesn't make any sense. As far as Mia calling her a gold digger, well, duh. Both of you guys, you know, a gold digger would know another gold digger. And I just, you know what doesn't make sense to me? Ashley says she's reluctant to actually file for divorce because then it'll be final. And she likes knowing that she has him to lean on just in case, you know, for financial reasons. But if he swindled you, he tricked you, he scammed you, allegedly, in the prenup, what makes you think that if you have financial difficulties, he's going to step up and help you? Because he could easily just say, you know what, you got my kids. We were married for 8 years or however many years. We got kids. I'm going to give you this trust so that you can pay off this house in the event of whatever. He could just do that for you. He could just give you a settlement, or he can establish a trust for the home, or you pay the house off or whatever. Y'all can work that out. You don't have to stay married to him in order for that to work. If he's not going to do it because you filed for divorce, I'm surprised that he would do anything for you now when you're telling the whole world you don't want to be married to him. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. He could easily put an account over there where they pay for the house. And y'all can go about y'all way. You can go marry who you want to, and he can go do what he want to do. It's too complicated. It doesn't make sense. It's giving to Ashley, you a fool. You came on this show, season 1, beating your chest that you were the best sugar baby. You were smarter than all the other women. All these old cougars were jealous of you because you was a spring chicken and all these other things. And it's giving you were a fool. Everything you thought you knew, you didn't know. You knew for sure that you were leaving that marriage with at least a $2 million payoff. And you're not even going to get that. Is that why she chose a house that would cost $2 million? Anyways, I don't know. I don't care. Good luck, Ashley. Good luck. You still young, girl. Like, you could fix this raggedy situation and move on from this. And if you choose not to, then it's your life, girl. Who cares? It's your business. This season is a mess. This season is something. Anyways, that's really all I got to say. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share my video if you will. But thanks for watching.